Hey, it's Mary Beth Shaw. Welcome to the Wellness Journal for June. I'm just, you hear me clearing my throat. I'm getting over a little bit of yuck I got on the plane coming home from Switzerland. So please excuse me. I'm going to turn the camera very quickly because you're seeing it at its worst. In updates, my studio is all messed up again. There's water leaking from the ceiling again. Half of the, not half, I'm exaggerating, a big space, like probably this big, my arm width, I guess, has been ripped out of the concrete ceiling. Remember, I'm in a late 1800s dairy barn. I had the impression, or I was kind of maybe led to believe, or I chose to be optimistic that it would all be fixed while I was in Switzerland. But guess what? No, it was not. So I'm working from home and I'm kind of still half sickly, and I haven't even remotely finished my wellness journal. So what I thought I would do is just switch the camera and I'm going to work on my journal. As things come up I need to tell you, I'll tell you. Ask me questions below. I will pop in and answer them. I've had people ask about a few techniques, so I will put those into what I'm doing here, and let's just get it done, all right? Turning the camera now. I may pause from here every once in a while to go get a supply or something, but for the most part, I have them right here, so thanks. All right, here we are. I had this idea that I was going to finish all these while I was in Switzerland. I don't know what I was thinking. I was teaching a class after all. But anyway, so I've glued a few things on that I picked up when I was over there. Other than that, nada. So I think what I'm going to do is, and I have a weird setup here because I don't have my overhead, like my tripod that holds my overhead cameras. So kind of winging it here at the home front. But I'm going to start with putting down some watercolor prep and working back into that with a little acrylic. Some people have been asking me how I get such a smooth background, and I don't know if this is what you're asking about or not, but this is what I'm going to show. So hang on and we'll get going. Okay, one of the things that was cool about going to Switzerland is that that's where Caran d'Ache is based, and they make these Neocolor 2s that so many people use in their journaling. And I want to just show you the difference in Neocolor 1 and Neocolor 2. I've been using the 1s for a long time, and in my quest for permanency, I have stuck with the 1s, but then the 2s have become so popular, so I got some 2s. And then when I was over there, I got a few more. They had a lot of stuff in open stock, and that was nice. Okay, so this that I just put down, this is a Neocolor 2, and it is water soluble. So you take a Neocolor 2, and then you take some water with your brush, and this is what's going to happen. Is that bad? No, you just have to be prepared for it, right? And know that it's going to happen. So I thought I would use some of it here. And then this one, similar color. This first one, the color is called Malachite. If you're looking to grab it open stock, boy, that's a really gorgeous color. Malachite green. Okay. And then this Neocolor 1 is, these are called wax oil pastels. And so they are permanent and will resist. Now this one, let's see what this color is just for your reference. Good grief. I don't, emerald green, okay? And it is going to be permanent. And what I like about the Neocolor 1 is that, I'm going to show you, see how it's permanent? Nothing moves on there. So I like it is because it tends to resist watercolor. And when I'm working on a trip like this, it's really nice to just have a couple of these in my travel kit and use them. So I don't know what this paint is. This is kind of my mishmash. I should show you this. This is my mishmash paint. Little ones I've bought here and there. And I'm just going to use them on top of what I have going on here. I'm obviously working in some blues and greens today. Probably because it's all rainy outside. It's a good day to be in working in your journal. I don't know, can't remember what day this this video gets published, but I hope maybe you'll join me whenever it is published and have some fun. So one way I start backgrounds, I have so many different ways that I just play with a background or start a background that it's just never the same. And I apologize for the shadowing. My lighting here at home is just, it's just not as good as what I have at the studio. So, but I think you are hopefully getting enough value out of what I'm doing here to still find pleasure in the video. All right, so that last one that I put on there has a little bit of metallic in it, which is kind of cool. And I just thought I'd get out some Tracy Bautista products. I haven't used them that much lately. This is one of her handmade wax crayons. So it will resist like that Caran d'Ache, but handmade here in the USA by our very own Tracy Bautista. And I'm going to see if I can hold this one up to the camera. Oh, this lighting just is. See how that is, it's more than one color is what I'm getting at. And if you look at this, she's got colors in there and glitter, and I mean, it's just too cool for words. So I do like using this. I also like that it's the fat. You know, you can go like that. You know, fat little waxy thing. Now let's let me show you so it doesn't move. Good to know. Now here are some of her handmade watercolors, which they are just a thing to behold. I mean, seriously, they're so beautiful. And again, she does that business where she puts glitter and she puts all sorts of things in there. I was part of her little club for a while, and I just love what she does. She has such an eye for color. It's truly amazing. So her products are beautifully done. She doesn't even know I'm pitching them like this. So, but I just genuinely love them and want other people to know about them. So, all right. This is enough watercolor for me from the start. I think I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of water here and see if I can move it around a bit and spread it out to some extent. Sometimes I get so infatuated with these pages, the backgrounds rather, it's hard to move to the next step, but hopefully I won't be this way about this one. You might notice there's a piece of masking tape going down the middle of this page spread. I am like on this folding mission to get this darn journal right. I fold it wrong almost every month, and I'm not talking about wild misfolding. I'm talking about it's off like by some minute amount, and I don't know why I end up doing that. So I just do. But anywho. All right, so let's do this a little bit more, and then we will move to some other parts of this while this part dries. All right, so lots of times in the backgrounds, I want to put some writing about, you know, my trips, particularly when I'm working on travel journals. And if you are watching this and it's between, I don't know, July 4th and 9th, something like that, we are going to have a sale on StencilGirl on the class called, actually all the classes. It's going to be 20% off any of the classes on StencilGirlStudio.com. If you're watching after that time, I'm sorry you missed the sale, but you need to get on our mailing list so you know next time. But anyway, there's a class in there that I filmed with my friend Jennifer Armstrong called Day Tripping. And what we did for that class is we simulated a travel trip, only we did it here in St. Louis. And so if you buy that class at the 20% discount, you will see how both of us work in travel journals. And she was with me in Switzerland, and she is just a fantastic artist, fantastic writer, you know, just all the things. So I think it's a good class. And anyway, I hope you check it out. But for me, Switzerland was beyond my expectations. Above and beyond my expectations. Above and beyond. And when I write, I almost always do it in some sort of an unexpected way. I don't like write like typical journal across the page. That's just not who I am. And it's taken me many years to figure that out. But I digress. Above and beyond my expectations. I got my glue stick here. I found this little child's thing: meeting, talking, training, drawing, carrying, wearing. Words that I just think that they're great words. But training, I don't mean training to do something. I mean training, like taking trains. I thought it was a great thing to put here in my journal. So I just use my Yoo-Hoo glue stick, as most of you probably know. And for this bit, I am going to focus primarily on collage. And I'm going to overlap what I've put in before. I mean, it's my journal and do what I want, right? Ha ha ha. Right. It is, for me, the journal is a journey. It's a moving thing. It's, you know, it's a journey rather than a destination. Writing in my journal, you know, Dan Eldon said that a million years ago, journey, not a destination. And I went to a show of his journals back in the day, and oh my God, they were above and beyond. And the world lost an amazing art journaler when he passed away. Dan Eldon is the artist I'm talking about. You can Google him online and you'll see references, and can buy his book and so forth. I should pop that into my Amazon shop, as a matter of fact, because it would be something to get and to have his book. So anyway, all right. I don't know where I got this ribbon, but I'm enchanted with it. I think I might put it up here. I need to focus on what I'm doing because I'm never going to get this done at the speed I'm doing. But you know what? The journey is the destination. I need to keep telling myself this, right? Right. Let's put this over here. Lots of times what I do is I'll put down one little section and then I put my ruler, I'll tear against it. And then I will save this to put over in this next page or something like that. That's a thing I really like to do. Another thing I really like to do is add some acrylic at some point. I'm going to grab a few of my paper artsies and bring them over here. I don't typically travel with the paper artsies, but I do love using them. Tea bags, I know you probably all use them. I love picking them up when I'm out of town. I'm not normally a tea drinker, but for some reason when I'm traveling, I am. I don't know, go figure. So I'm going to take a little bit of this paper artsy, put it down. That was probably more than a little. So even though there's value in these words, it doesn't matter to me that they're covered up like this. And I'll scribble over top to make that a little bit more interesting. Maybe I'll even wipe some away. Move it over here. Okay, wet trade out journal pages. This is how I do it. Always moving, always moving. I'll need to trim that off. Around the edge here. Scissors. There we go. Ooh, look at this little guy. Where'd that guy come from? I guess it was in my pile of stuff. I've had a heck of a time getting, this is a tea bag that has a kind of a plasticky feel, a little bit of a silicone, and I've been using this Tombow glue to try to get it to stick down there. I don't know if it's going to stay or not. If it doesn't, staples are my next choice. I've really had a heck of a time with it. So, but this is another glue that I bring on my trip with me. I bring these two. And Jen taught me about this one. I like it. Here's why I like it. It has a pointy end, and then it has a wide end, so you can just spread it right out on your journal. And this is a more robust glue, this liquid glue, than my glue stick. So if I have something heavier, it's quite nice to be using it. I should glue something down here. Let's see what we got. Another way to integrate as I'm working is to grab one of my pencils. This is a big Lyra Color Giant. You know that's the name of one of my cats, right, Lyra? I'm surprised she didn't come running, but so these are they're actually children's products. I like them because arthritic hands are like children's hands, right? We can grab easily, and that's a great way to get a good like a loose organic look in your work, is to hold it like that, like you would when you're a child, or to just hold it with your non-dominant hand. That's good too. You know, I think the main thing, though, that I would want to pitch to anyone interested in art journaling is use what you have on hand. Don't overcomplicate it, seriously, because it is, it's the kind of thing that if you just use what you have on hand and play, it's really going to serve you well. Okay, so this page looks pretty good. So far, this one looks pretty good. Let's pull this other one back and see if it's dry yet. Remember, we used the Caran d'Ache on this to scribble, and then we added the watercolor on top of it. Boy, I don't know if you were going to see this, the metallic, like the little glittery accents in this, but oh my goodness, you can see it right here in this section. I'm hoping the camera will pick this up. It's really beautiful. All right, now since we have a few things on here that are going to keep moving, I'm probably going to hit it a little bit more with some acrylic paint down the road. But for right now, I'm going to just focus on putting in some collage bits. I'm not totally in love with this, the masking tape here. I think what I'd like to do is maybe glue some things over top of it here and there to kind of make it look a little bit more intentional. Possibly. We shall see. it just feels to me like it's standing out so much right now, that masking tape bit. So we'll put a little bit of that on it. I hope that the glue stick makes this stick. And you know what? I think this is so pretty. This might be where I end up putting the fabric, this little fiber bit that I have. Not even sure where I got that, but I just know that I like it a lot. These that I'm pulling out now are just bits and pieces that I have saved. When I went to Switzerland, I had kind of a blue-green theme in mind, and it did very much turn into a blue-green kind of a country for me. I did that in Ireland too. Ireland's very blue-green. And it's just all the water and the trees. And of course in Switzerland also the mountains. You know, oh my gosh, we are just talking extreme beauty, people. Extreme beauty. It is something. This is a little sheer bit that I think I'll put down. Memories of the trip, for sure. So I'm going to pause this for a sec and write some things in here, and you don't need to watch me do that, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to put a little acrylic on top here. Got my written bits, not much, but just enough to make me remember. You know, I do these trips with the Blue Walk, as you know. If you've been following me, you know this. Anyway, I pretty much, I love all the trips. They are absolutely delightful in every single way. However, I shall say that Switzerland was above and beyond for me. It just was a little bit more special. I adored it. And, I mean, to the point, like, I seriously think I could live there. It's so clean, which that's, you know, that was certainly nice. I mean, not that I live in a dirty area, but it's just to look around and see cleanliness everywhere and the fresh air and the, oh my gosh, just amazing, amazing in every single way. The flowers, I tore this out of one of the magazines I must have picked up. You know how they have all the travel brochures? Yeah, well, this was, I mean, the flowers, they're just gorgeous, exquisite. And, you know, to dedicate 2 journals to Switzerland in a month is kind of a lot for me, because typically I just will do the journal. Like when I travel, I typically will just use the journal that I am teaching. And I just had more to say, had more to do, more to look at. And it was just important to me to still make journals. So, all right, so Zurich to Philadelphia, where we hung out for a just crazy, crazy period of time. And where there was a guy sitting across the aisle from us that I am just very certain is the person who made us sick. I mean, seriously, when have you seen a grown man completely covered up with blankets for an 8-hour flight, coughing his fool head off? Yeah, that was the man. That was the guy. Crazy, crazy. I'm going to punch up some of this orange here. I got another handout here, or little brochure thing, because I wanted to use some of these things too. So Boop, 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 boop. Oh, yeah, this has that great math in it. This is one of the places where we were mirroring, and we did this. We did a lot of the things on here, so super cool. And these were the mountains that we could see from, you know, our hotel. Ugh, God, I mean, it's amazing to look out the window and see mountains. I'm like, hello, perfect, perfect. So I think I'm going to tear this section out. Let's see how I can put parts of this in here. The other thing that's so cool about Switzerland is the, oh my God, the transportation. There's trains. Here's a little symbol for some kind of a different one, a cable car maybe. And just all these things that transport you around. And if you get these passes and learn the system, you can just go or jump on and off and just navigate everywhere up and down these mountains. Ferries, trains, cable cars, cogwheel trains. It's just really, really cool. Really cool. Very, very civilized and clean. Did I mention it was clean? All right, we are going to stop this right here, and then I'll pick up in the next video and finish this up.